In this video, I'm going to be going over the differences and similarities between the Wusthof Ikon line and the Shun Sora line. As a lot of you guys know, the Ikon is actually the flagship line that Wusthof makes. It's their highest point knife. And the Shun is actually the entry-level line that Shun makes. It's their lowest point knife. But actually, in terms of functionality and whatnot, they're extremely similar. So I thought that I would make a quick video explaining it and sort of helping you make the decision if you're trying to choose between these two knives. Off the bat is the actual process of making the knives. They're very, very similar. The Wusthof is handmade and forged in Germany. The Shun is handmade and forged in Japan, obviously. And they both have very, very acute angles. The Shun has a 16-degree angle on either side, which is very sharp. And the Wusthof actually has a 2-degree thinner angle, 14 degrees on either side, which makes it much, much sharper. The opposite side of that coin is that the Shun is actually made with VG10 steel, which is the gold standard in the knife making world. It's about a 60 to 61 hardness, so it's extremely tough, it's extremely resilient, and it holds an edge very, very well. The Wusthof uses their own sort of proprietary metal, and it's only a 58 hardness, so it's going to be getting dull much faster than the Shun is, and since it actually has that thinner edge, it's going to dull even faster than if they were both the same thickness. Aside from that, though, they're both going to be extremely sharp. The Wusthof is just stainless steel that's been forged into the shape of the knife, but the Shun takes it one step further and actually wraps stainless steel around it and welds it down, and that does two things. Number one, it gives you this gorgeous wave design that you see right there, but number two, it makes it extremely resilient to staining, to pitting, to rust, and things like that, just by virtue of it being that stainless steel coating along the blade. Aside from that, though, they both essentially have full tangs. The Ikon obviously has a full tang all the way down with a nice mass of metal right there, and the point is that it adds extra weight to the back, so while you're actually using the knife, it sort of molds into your hand very, very well. The Shun actually has a rabbit tang, as it's called, but for all intents and purposes, it's technically a full tang. It ends about right here, and when you're actually using the knife, though, the pivot point is so far back that it's not going to risk anything that not having a tang would normally happen with. So in terms of actual safety and practical use, that does count as a full tang. It is definitely a lighter handle, though, because it doesn't have all this extra material. So it is a much lighter blade if you like lighter blades. The handles are also obviously very different. The Shun is a very classic looking Japanese sort of squared handle, while the Wusthof, you can tell they put a lot of time, energy, and frankly money into designing a great handle. No matter how you're holding it, it really just molds into your hand and makes it feel like an extension of your entire arm. The final thing is that both knives come with great warranties. The Wusthof has a lifetime warranty. The Sora, being entry level, has only a 10-year warranty, but I've always felt those are very similar because both warranties only cover manufacturer defects. And at the end of the day, any real manufacturer defects that would be covered under warranty are going to be coming up in the first few months of ownership regardless. So I think in terms of both those warranties, it's pretty much a wash. The thing I really like about the Shuns, though, is they also come with free lifetime sharpening, and that's always been a deal breaker for me because at the end of the day, if you're taking your knife to a reputable sharpener, it's going to cost you about $5 per inch to sharpen it. So a knife like this that's 8 inches would cost you about $40 alone just to sharpen. With the Shun, you send it to Shun. First of all, they look at it. If they see any problems, they throw it away and they give you a brand new knife. But otherwise, you can rest easy knowing they're going to put the exact same edge back on the knife that you got it. But otherwise, you can rest easy knowing they're going to put the exact same edge back on the knife, just like when you first got it. I think that makes it a no-brainer. Obviously, there are pros and cons to both, but considering this is much cheaper, about half the cost, and it comes with free sharpening for life, and it uses a harder metal, and it has this sort of gorgeous design to it, I think that if you don't want to spend a lot on knives and if you want sort of the best knife that you can get for the price, this is really a great option. If you love German knives and you want the best German knife, that's what the Ikon is. So I'll put a link down to both below. If you guys have any questions or comments or concerns, as always, let me know. Otherwise, I will talk to you very soon.